Howdy world, this is Choice Specs, coach of the Orlando Magikarps, bringing you NPA Season 3, Week 1 of the playoffs. That's right, the Carps have made it to playoffs, and our first match is a rematch between us and King Bub in the Munchlaxster United. Last time, King Bub did beat us. We had we were doing pretty well, and then he pretty much almost pulled off a reverse sweep, if I remember correctly, with Conkeldurr, I think, killing 5 out of 6 of my Pokemon. So, yeah. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. This is the playoffs. I tried prepping better for Conkeldurr, especially. I think I might have overthought Conkeldurr and should have thought about the rest, because I did not predict a couple of these things. I did predict Celebi. I went ahead and led Mandibuzz so I could just go ahead and go for a safe knockoff or whatever comes in. And Melodic comes in, and I'm like, well, this is an easy knockoff. But he does withdraw. He goes into Heracross, and this is what scares me, because knockoff does not knock off an item. So I'm like, oh, this is a Z something. Might have been all-out pummeling for Snorlax, I guess, but or I never find out, I guess. But yeah, so he gets sub up. Toxic doesn't hit, so I'm thinking this is scary. He can set up here, and now there's not much I can do about it. But he goes for Megahorn. I go into Dragonite, knowing I can take this, but once again, that does break multi-scale, so that sucks. And I'm thinking I just have to break this up. I'm almost sacking off Dragonite, but luckily we survived that and set off our weakness policy. So this turn I just went for Dragon Claw, and I do break this up. And now because of weakness policy going off, I have enough attack to one-shot it, or almost one-shot it with Extreme Speed, and obviously he's around 65-70%, so Extreme Speed does pick up the kill here. And yeah, but I almost had to sack off Dragonite for it, and unfortunately that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna go for a Dragon Claw to get some damage off on this thing, because I don't think there's a point in saving Dragonite, even though I should have. I didn't think there was a point in saving Dragonite, because I think even Mach Punch could potentially have killed from there for Conkeldurr, because he was one of my answers to Conkeldurr. So now Dragonite's gone. So I send in Kion, the Lion. And he withdraws. Get a Red X on Dragonite. Goes in the Suicune, and of course my Flamethrower is going to do nothing to Suicune. I almost thought about running Bloom Doom again this week, but I didn't. So I have to get out of here. Obviously, I don't want to take anything this thing can do to me. So I go into my Mega Slowbro, and he double switches and goes into Celebi. So that was a good call there, but I didn't want to take a Leaf Storm or anything, so I go into Magneton, which is a great play because he ends up going for Thunder Wave, but obviously it's not going to do anything to me. So he does a U-turn and gets out of here, just getting a little chip damage off, and which is a good thing for it because this week I am running Hidden Powered Bug. But he goes into Melodic, so I'm still like, this is still going to do a pretty good chunk. And it does, just about 50%. But I was fearing Focus Blast or something of the sort, so this is where it went bad. I actually almost went to Timer on this, and I went into Slowbro. I was hoping for the Focus Blast, but obviously that wasn't the case, and I just sack off Mega Slowbro here. That's it. I just sack off Mega Slowbro, which is probably the worst play I did this match, and is obviously going to come back to bite me later. He was also one of my counters to Conkeldurr, so now I'm super scared of Conkeldurr. So I go into Oli, my beautiful shiny Scolipede. He withdraws and goes back into Avalugg, and I just go for Megahorn because that would have definitely killed, but obviously not going to kill this thing. And unfortunately for King Bub, we do have a little bit of Will-O-Wisdom left from our match last week, and we get the flinch. Because he was obviously going to go for a recover there, but I had to try and stop it. I actually did go for the flinch. I know that's kind of crappy of me, but I had to do what I had to do. And I finished him off with a Rock Slide. So now it's 4-on-4, and I'm at a +3 speed against Suicune. Here I'm thinking this thing can't do too much to me unless he gets the burn, so I just go for a Swords Dance, and he sets up as well and goes for Calm Mind, which I'm okay with because I think at +1, even still, nothing he has is going to kill me. So I was actually fearing the Roar, honestly. So I'm at a +2, +4 speed, obviously I can outspeed anything now, but I go for the Mega Horn because it does the most damage, because unfortunately I'm not packing Poison Jab or anything, but obviously the Mega Horn will do more here, but it does not get the burn, and Mega Horn thankfully connects all of these turns in a row, so I'm able to pick up Suicune, which I was worried about as well. And only getting 2 kills here. So now he brings in Conkeldurr, and I'm thinking, I wish I had Poison Jab. I should have brought Poison Jab, because Poison Jab kills at +2. But I don't have it, so I just go for Mega Horn, because it did the most damage. I could have went for Hacks, but I didn't want to. I always wanted more damage off, so he goes for Thunder Punch, and knocks out my Scolipede. And so, I'm thinking, none of my 3 Pokemon can really handle this thing. I just go for knockoff to see what he's holding, make sure it's not Assault Vest, but obviously I should have assumed it was either going to be Flame Orb or a Life Orb, which way I didn't see the burn go off, so I should have assumed it was Life Orb. But, yeah. So, I'm afraid to Roost, obviously, so I'm just like, I have to Toxic Stall this. That's the only thing I can do, because he one-shots both Magneton and Pyroar. And I can't kill yet at this HP from either of them. And he goes for Drain Punch, assuming I'm going to Roost, I'm assuming. But I'm like, I can't afford to Roost, so I can't do that. I cannot Roost yet. But I'm like, I can live another Thunder Punch, so I'm just going to go for a knockoff and just try and get some more toxic damage. Because I think after another turn, I could potentially kill with Magneton or Pyroar. So he goes into Celebi, and I just going for knockoff. It's my only attack I can do, which that does some decent damage and gets rid of his Tango Berry, which is nice, I guess. And he goes for Recover, and I, as well, go for Roost. So now we're both sitting pretty at full health after my leftovers recovery. And so I get a little bit of hacks back in my favor. I go for Toxic on this thing. And he goes for Thunder Wave. And I don't land the Toxic. So he knows I'm going for Toxic. So he U-turns out of here. Probably should have predicted that, but I didn't. And he goes back into Conkeldurr, which I should have just gone for knockoff to get some chip damage, since I'm trying to wear out this poison. And so that's all I have to do. So he hits me with another Thunder Punch. Hits pretty hard, and I just go for a knockoff. Once again, like I said, just trying to get the chip damage. And that was a crit. And I'm thinking, he has this game. He has this game, because I think he can kill and then Drain Punch me. I think if he kills me with Drain Punch anyways, yes. I think he would actually have... If I would have roosted, yes, he would have just fully covered there, but I'm still just like, I just need to sack off Mandibuzz in order to get this thing low enough so I can kill. Because I think Pyroar and Magneton on my calcs both did roughly 40% max rolls on all of their attacks. It's not like, hey, I'm there. As long as he doesn't kill me with, I was like, even after Toxic, as long as he doesn't kill me with Drain Punch, I think we got this. But he goes into Malata, and Knockoff just murders it. Mouse there. So I'm getting back up. Well, I didn't get any para hacks, so that's hacks playing in my favor there. Goes back into Conkeldurr and did reset his Toxic Stall timer, but he does pick up the kill Amanda does. And now it's just Kion and Magneton, Claptrap, versus Conkeldurr and Celebi. And he does have Mach Punch, which thankfully we survived. Instead of did about 78%. And so I just go for the Hyper Voice to get a safe, for sure, kill. And Kion picks up another kill. Which is super nice, because Pyroar, you know, isn't the greatest, but he's been my MVP, unfortunately, surprisingly. So I go for Flamethrower. If I would have gone for Fire Blast, I think this probably might have killed, but I didn't want to risk the miss. And unfortunately, he goes for Thunder Wave and recovers up here. And I actually did click Fire Blast this turn. I was like, I need to kill this. I'm pretty sure he's going to recover. But I get the para hacks, so hacks back in my favor for the flinch earlier, but I was still thinking I still got this in the bag just because of the Magneton. And he goes for Leaf Storm, which I'm super cool with. Drops his special attack 2 stages. I'm like, okay, Magneton really doesn't have to fear anything here. And we're packing that Hidden Power Bug, so this thing can't touch me, I don't believe. I don't think there's anything it can do now. And so, yep, sure enough, we get the Hidden Power Bug, and that's definitely going to pick up the kill next turn. He goes for Leaf Storm. That's okay, that's not going to do anything as well, thanks to the already -2. And we pick up our first playoffs victory. And we win our rematch against Bub. Thank you so much, Bub, again, for the battle. I know there was that flinch definitely mattered. Avalugg could have definitely changed that battle. We got that recover off. Would have killed Scolipede. Then I wouldn't have been able to kill Suicune with it, but I still had Magneton in the back. So there was still a chance there with Magneton picking up Suicune. But yeah, once again, the Karps, we are on a bit of a win streak. I think that's what does that make it now? Yeah, I think that's our 7th victory in a row. So we will take that. Once again, thanks, Bob. His channel link will be in the description. Go watch the battle from his side. And next week, we have a kind of rematch against Maryland Torterrapins and Kelly, Under the Radar, which unfortunately we had the forfeit win last time. So hopefully, or well, now we'll just get to see how that battle would have played out, but it's a little bit more serious since it's the playoffs and single elimination now. So we are going on to the conference semifinals against Under the Radar. So we will see you next week then. Go Karps, go!